Zachary Smith, 4/5/2020. Right, so here to talk about the integumentary system today, or the skin, which is the largest organ in the human body and one of the more easily forgotten. The integumentary system is in charge of a few different important tasks, including thermoregulation, protection, secretion, excretion, nutrition, and just protection of all the underlying structures. The skin is made up of 4 different types of cells. The most numerous type of cell is keratinocytes. There's also melanocytes, which is what produces melanin, which gives skin its pigment. Also Merkel cells. Merkel cells are, their function is to detect sensation. And then finally Langerhans cells, which are very important in immunity and attacking any invading bacteria or viruses. There's several different layers of skin. It can be broken down into the epidermis, dermis, and depending on who you ask, the hypodermis. The epidermis, the most superficial layer, is the stratum corneum. This contains mostly kind of the dead skin cells that no longer have a nucleus, and it's kind of everything that you see on the surface. Below that, in some areas of the body, mostly the hands and feet, you have a thin layer called the stratum lucidum. This is kind of anywhere that there's a little thicker skin due to friction. Moving on below that, we have the stratum granulosum. This is the first layer where you see cells have a nucleus. Moving deeper, next is the stratum spinosum, where this is where the Langerhans cells and melanocytes are present. And then the deepest layer of the epidermis is the stratum basale, and that is what attaches to the basal lamina and connects to the dermis. So as you move deeper, the dermis is where a lot of the accessory structures of skin are found. It's made up of 2 layers. Most superficially, the papillary layer, and then deeper is the reticular layer. This is where a lot of, as I said, a lot of the accessory structures form. The hair root and hair follicle, a lot of the different glands that are present in the integumentary skin, such as sebaceous glands and sweat glands. Both of those are very important and help either lubricating hair with oil in the case of the sebaceous gland, and sweat glands is very important for keeping the skin moist, as well as in thermoregulation, helping cool the body down. A important muscle that is involved in this is the erector pili, that helps kind of keep what's what in the kind of a fight or flight response. You get the hair standing on end, so that muscle helps keep hair straight on end, and it also helps some of the glands secrete their product, and also your fingernails, which are important to protect our toes and fingers from damage when grabbing things and when walking or running.